Hello.
Hi.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Guyomarc'h.
Bonsoir.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Perfect.
You?
Hot there too?
Yes.
Yes. Very, very hot
Well,
and humid here. And I had a million. I usually save all my errands for Fridays, so I had a million errands today. And I just got home and I was so sweaty. I was like, I need a shower before this just to look nice for everybody. I'm very happy that you're joining us today. I'm very, very honored.
my
Thank you.
pleasure for the
Oh,
invite.
Stefan just joined too. I'm waving at everybody. So everyone, this is Noël Guyomarc'h. As I said, he is a wonderful, wonderful person and a wonderful human in our industry and field. I was just telling everybody that I think it's safe to say that you single-handedly handled a lot of the contemporary art, jewelry art in Canada. He is one of the, I would say, the leading contemporary jewelry art gallery located in Montreal. And yes, you're the director. Is that what I say for no? Yeah,
The right word.
owner
Yeah.
and the
Owner,
curator.
curator. Yeah.
Yes, you've
Much
curated.
activities.
Yes, very, very a lot of activities. Like curate. How many shows have you curated in your life? I forgot to ask you that day. Like so many. Do you even know?
Because sometimes I host shows already,
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
And when it's solo, I don't curate exactly because I invite artists.
But yeah.
But yeah, I curate, I don't know, 20, 25.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll let you introduce yourself and share whatever you want with us. Share where have you called home? If you want to share a bit of your background, when did you start? How did you start? Anything you want to share. I don't want to. I don't want to put you on the spot for the first, and then you have to deal with some of my annoying questions, and you can just not answer anything that you don't want.
Okay. So my background. So I'm originally from France,
Yes.
and I moved to Canada about 30 years ago.
Okay.
And I was studying in economy, so nothing to
Oh.
do with art. And
Oh, I didn't know this. Okay. Okay.
and then I moved to Canada in 86,
Okay.
87, and my
Okay.
roommate, she was doing some jewelry, so she asked me to promote her work. And
Okay.
I've been hired by a gallery owner where I was selling her work.
Okay.
And it was for 2 weeks, and I stayed 5 years. It was Galerie Sucran.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that's the way I was introduced to contemporary jewelry.
I had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know. I was 100% sure that you studied art. 100% sure that you studied art.
No,
Oh,
no,
wow.
not at all.
And so did you move to, I missed that part. You moved to Canada after you finished your school or when you were in school?
No, I finished my school, but I was in Paris, and then I met
Okay.
some Quebec people. They invited me to come for vacation,
That's nice.
and I stayed.
And then you became a Quebecois, and then you stayed forever, which is amazing. That's great. So when did you start your own gallery? When did you open this up?
I opened it in 96.
96. So that's, my math is terrible.
Yeah,
So that's
24 years ago.
Oh my
To
God.
help you. Yeah.
24. Yes, thank you. Because I would have had to use my fingers. My mom is an accountant and she's always so embarrassed about this because I'm like 2020 and then 2019 and then I'm doing all this and then she's like 34. I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
So
24.
no, 24. I know. I was just using it as an example. 24 years. And it was always at the same location that you are right now?
No.
Oh,
At the
okay.
beginning, I was in a downtown building where there were many galleries,
Okay.
contemporary art galleries.
Okay.
And
so old Montreal-ish or downtown?
Downtown.
Downtown. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
on Saint Catherine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very central. Okay.
Yeah. And it was so difficult.
Why? Tell us why. I'm curious.
First, it was the beginning. You
Yeah.
open, you don't have a huge mailing list.
Yes.
And people were very picky about what art, what's not.
Okay.
So it was craft and art. And so it was always a challenge.
Okay.
And,
yes.
So after 3 years, I decided to close the gallery.
Oh, okay.
And to get a new job. and so I was a waiter for a while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But on my way between home to go to my work, I saw a place. Just maybe 3 months after I opened, I closed my originally on St. Catherine.
Yes.
Maybe you can start again.
And that's this location that you're in right now?
No, it was on Laurier. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
Laurier.
it was on Laurier Street, and I
Okay.
stayed there for 12 years. 13 years.
Okay.
And then I
Wow.
moved here 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
In a
So
new location, yeah.
okay. And I imagine every time you have to move, it's a huge, huge headache, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you, one of my questions, maybe I'll just ask this right now. One of my questions for you was that what's the most difficult part of what you do? Like, what's the most... Because I know you're so passionate about this. And just in the story that you told us shows how much passion you've had for this, that you've closed a business and then saw another location and you were so passionate about it. And obviously 24 years later, we're still, you know, and you're doing such an amazing job for it. But I was like, there must be something that, because you deal with a lot of artists. And I was like, it's not really, let's be honest, it's not really easy to deal with artists.
You know, over the years, I can't tell that it was a huge challenge with the artists. I think most of the time I have a really good relation with them.
Perfect.
And it's happened maybe a couple of times over, 24 years that it was quite picky or strange or difficult to deal with them.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it was really easy because I think it was a relation. They knew what I was doing.
Exactly.
It's quite a challenge to open a gallery and to promote the artist work.
Yeah.
So for them, it was they were how we can say that, a knowledge about what I was doing.
Yeah.
So they were very supportive.
Supportive, yeah.
Yeah. Instead of being, oh no, you don't sell my work as much as you should, and it's not kind of things like that. And so they're always kind with me. Most of the time, yeah.
No, because I was thinking about, because usually when I have to interview somebody, I obviously think about them a lot. And I was thinking that I've seen you a lot outside of Canada during New York Jewelry Week, one of the snags we went together, right? We were there, Chicago. And I've seen you doing a few what I like to call crises or whatnot. We're not going to talk about. Like, one of them was that your location was taken away very last minute. I think that was in New York that you had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I've always, I don't know if it's just, that's what I was going to get at. And you can totally not answer this question. Were you always this calm about things? Or is there another side? Okay.
No. 3 months ago, I was not quiet.
That's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to get at the fact that, well, we're like, it's right now, the situation is very different than 3 months ago, what happened everywhere. But I was wondering if you also kind of panicked or you were just, because I couldn't see, I was like, what would Noël do? And then I was like, I can't really see Noël freaking out. I could just be like, okay, well, this is happening. What are we going to do next?
No, it's happened, sometimes that I fight.
Okay. That's good to know. I'm sorry. That's really good to know because
not very often I quite take with a lot of philosophy all what can happen. So yeah, I'm sure there's always a solution to come. So
that's what. Okay. So you weren't like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I have to close the business. Like, because a lot of people, including myself, I was freaking out because I was like, I have no idea if I'm going to continue this. Maybe I have to go to do some other job, but I don't know, for some reason, I felt like you have so much experience with doing things and doing shows and changing places and all that I feel like maybe for you, it wasn't. But now that you're saying that it was also the same thing for you, I'm like, oh my God, this happens to everybody.
Yeah, the 2 first weeks when the pandemic coming and we have to close, I was panicking for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, it was quite a challenge.
Okay.
And then, something will happen, and something happened. So
something happened because you had a few shows maybe even canceled, right? Or just one show?
In fact, one have been canceled.
Yes.
Young Jo Kim, Korean artist.
Yes.
And another one for the fall as well. In September, I was supposed to have Peter Hubaum, a Dutch artist.
Okay.
And the fact that he was not able to produce work, he has to cancel
Right.
he has to cancel the show. And so the one with Aurélie was supposed to be the past month,
Yes.
June, so we move it to September.
September, yes, which I'm going to try and cover.
Cool.
During, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and she told us that she's doing the show in September.
Yeah.
And I said I probably might come down for it because
nice.
I love you people, and I love Montreal. My next question for you. So when you started this, was it only Canadian artists that you were representing, or was it like now?
No, at the beginning it was only, sorry,
No, that's okay.
only Canadian artists, even Quebec artists at the beginning. I select 8 artists from Quebec. And then with the time, I invited Canadian artists as well. And during that time, I've done some international shows as well. And I
Okay.
slowly to keep some of them.
Absolutely, yes, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But would you say you have more Canadian and Quebecois artists, or is it a big mix now?
It's half-half.
Half-half, okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
Half Canadian, half international.
International. And do you just find these people via shows? You're very knowledgeable in this. I know you know a lot of people, so I assume that helps a lot. But I also know that you do go and participate in a lot of shows, conferences.
Yes, and there are not so many galleries, so you receive a lot of proposals every month. So
okay, and you do. I guess that's also yeah.
But it's. But I like to choose. I'm very selective. So
yes,
I through shows as well. Sometimes I can find new artists. So
okay. Yeah. Like, what are your favorite? I shouldn't say favorite because people get offended. What are some of the shows that you look forward to going to?
To go?
Yeah, to go to and check out work. I'm just curious.
But through so far, it was nice. At Schmuck,
yeah.
Schmuck, it was amazing.
Schmuck is always good. Yes, I haven't had the opportunity, but I've always heard it's amazing.
Yeah, it's because there are about 80 shows.
Yeah,
so you have.
I know. So you have to be a billionaire to attend all of them, and then you won't make any money. Yes. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I want to go to all of them, but so also you do international shows, right? Yeah. So some of these shows and stuff. What percentage would you say it's international now? That like how many? Let's say how many international shows do you do?
Because there are not so many shows in Canada, so.
Mm-hmm. That's my main point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. That unfortunately we don't have a lot of shows here. That's partially why I travel a lot. I would have loved to go to different cities here, but our community is growing, but it's not as big as, let's say, States where there's 1 million shows every year, whether it be craft shows, conferences, workshops, all that. But so that's why I think you also go out and come back just to sort of.
But it's also for the gallery and. To survive because the market is very small here, so I have no choice to do those shows.
Okay.
And but at the same time, like so far, I think now it's not. I think it's a little bit over.
Okay.
Because I think it's not exactly what it used to be.
Yeah.
And there are less contemporary jewelry galleries at SOFA as well. I think we only 3.
Okay.
Which they used to have much more.
Yeah.
And but I think the idea was what I do like through those shows was to bring people who liked other craft to jewelry or to people from art field to jewelry. Okay. But I think now it's not exactly what we have to do. I think we have to go in jewelry fairs like Schmuck or even New York City Jewelry Week because people who want to buy the jewelry. Mm-hmm. They go to those fairs. So
exactly.
And the collectors are part of that as well.
I think there's a change happening in that sense of like all these jewelry weeks are popping up because there's Athens Jewelry Week now. New York Jewelry Week has been substantially going on for 2 years. I realized there's Istanbul Jewelry Week happening this year, which I don't know if it's still happening with all this. So I feel like all of these jewelry weeks happening too gives people like you and also, us to promote our work easier cheaper with not having to pay expensive, prices for tables. I mean, you're very different. I'm just talking about like somebody like me. You have to get gallery spaces, so it's another hassle having to deal with that, getting it, renting it, taking work there. And also another thing that I was thinking is probably a lot of work for you is sending and receiving work,
Yep.
right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So getting it shipped here and there and then not, being liable for it and all that, it must be a huge amount of stress.
Yeah, I
And
get
planning.
used to that now. I'm stressing much less than before, but it's always, yeah,
It's always stressful, I think, too, that no matter how much you're used to it, I think you still worry a little bit until everything is there and everything is perfect. So you do well. You do really well. Like I've seen you at these shows and you're just like a complete saint. And I was like, okay, either he was always like this, which I would never be like that, or he also got this with experience. And I think
it's just a facade.
okay. Oh, okay. I gotta learn how to put that facade on because my facade doesn't work very well. People know the moment I'm agitated, everybody knows. So it's like I need to learn that from you. I have a few more questions. One of them being, what is your opinion as a gallery owner? And I'm asking this because I'm personally very interested in this because of all these things happening. What is your opinion on online exhibitions these days that are popping up?
We have to find solution
now
because I think it's very. I'm not a fan of shows.
Me neither. Yeah.
But it's just I think we have to find solution to promote the work, and so it's an option.
Because I feel like for people that want to buy, it's very important with 3D work that they see it, they feel it, they touch it, they try it on. So I feel even with my own sales, I feel that people are very hesitant to buy something, but as opposed to, let's say, like Toronto Outdoor Fair is going on right now. It was a huge chunk of my income every year because I sold a lot there. Because I also like, you guys know I like
We lose you. Yeah.
So I just feel like, sorry, we just had a moment of, I don't know, I think it was my connection. But I was just thinking that I always have a much better time introducing my work and representing my work as opposed to just having a picture online and asking people to see it because they can only see a 2D version of what I actually have. So I feel like that might be a challenge for the online shows. Just wanted to know your opinion because you've always been around this and you probably know the importance of having to present something 3D in a close format.
Contact with people, it's the main, I think that's why I have the gallery as well. It's just because I like to have the contact with people.
Exactly.
And to introduce the work, for them to try, to understand the work, to explain it. I think it's, when you see an image, it's not exactly...
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same. No. So I think it's very important for people to try.
Yeah. Maybe we can come up with a technology of teleportation to just go and grab it from your phone and take it out and try it out. Sorry, you were saying something. I cut you off.
I forget. Sorry.
Sorry, it was my bad. I also wanted you to talk a little bit about Le Labo, if you can.
Oh, okay. Please. So Le Labo started about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was an invite from the Montreal Jewelry School to introduce the student to other ways to create work.
Okay.
And so I've done 2 workshops at the school. It was like, I think in 2009. And at the end, when they have done their graduate show, the work was very different than what we used to see the years before.
Okay.
So the same group of students, they asked me to do something.
Okay.
With them after the school, after they graduate. And so I initiate the Labo, and then it's come,
a long way.
Famous that it's, there are many people who are applied and taking part of it. So it's very nice.
How many people roughly would you say in the 10 years?
40.
Oh wow. That's a
But
lot of.
sometimes they decide to do the first, because it's on 2 years. The
Okay.
first years, I try for them to introduce them to contemporary jewelry.
Okay.
So what I'm doing, I give them theme, and they have to work around that theme. And the second year, they have to build the collection.
Okay.
And so for the first year, I try to ask them to forget what they learn in jewelry.
Okay. Okay.
So they have to be open. And they're doing a lot of experimentation and a lot of, themes about dealing with what jewelry can be as well.
Okay.
And so it's very interesting to see the result as well. But sometimes, students, they take the first year, and after that they stop because they feel like it's too much for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're not always doing the 2 years. Yeah.
It's not always working for two, but it's such a great initiative, because we do, when we go to school, we're so boxed in so many laws that it's hard to break out. So I always found that this initiative, well, it's 10 years now, it's a great way to break off the boundaries and show people that contemporary art. Because another question for you was that how difficult was it, which you kind of answered at the beginning of it, that how difficult it was for you to introduce contemporary jewelry, especially in a very sort of, I like to call the Canadian market a bit conservative, and I think some people don't like it when I do that, but it is a conservative market. So I'm just imagining in the 90s or the beginning of 2000s, when you were introducing contemporary jewelry, was it difficult, or were people slowly starting to understand it?
Yeah, I have some collectors in Montreal. I built some collectors, but
Okay.
it was, we were lucky that in the 80s, end of the 80s, we had a gallery in Montreal, Gallery Jocelyne Gobey.
Yes.
And she has done a lot of work to educate people.
Okay.
And but she closed in 94.
Okay.
And I opened mine in 96.
Okay.
But it was, because when you have a gallery, it's also the relation you have with the gallery owner.
Yes, for
so
sure.
You have to build a confidence with the
Yes.
with the person. So it's quite a, it's not because she had the gallery that all of the customer came to me after that. They didn't. And at that time we don't have internet.
Yes, exactly. We didn't have,
The promotion was very, very different.
Yes,
And
for sure, I'm sure.
so it took years before, for those people to come to the gallery, and and we didn't have exactly the same vision about contemporary jewelry, so it was different. But yeah,
because that's why I think it's very essential for us to have, and that's why I like to call you a hero, because if we don't have people and galleries like you, then really contemporary jewelry has no meaning. We need people like you to introduce it to that wide range, because a lot of artists, including myself for a certain period, I've learned how to deal with that, have a general fear of dealing with the public. We can't promote our work. We always think we're putting, like, it's too expensive, or, oh my God, no, it shouldn't be that, it shouldn't be that. But then, I think you've done so much for the Canadian contemporary jewelry scene that you've introduced, first of all, you've introduced a lot of artists, and secondly, you've prepared a huge crowd, because, once a client wears a contemporary piece, then their friends might be interested, and then they'll come to you, and then you'll introduce them to more. So it's just kind of like a domino effect. So I think that's why we should all be very grateful. That's what I'm trying to say. We should all be very grateful that you're here, because if you weren't here, then a lot of people wouldn't. I don't think they would have been as well recognized as they are right now if it wasn't because of you. So I'm saying thank you for everybody.
But at the same time, it helps all the community as well,
Yeah.
Because even if I do not represent all of them, it helps. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't necessarily have to represent every single person that's doing different, unique contemporary pieces, but you're creating a mindset for the general norm that, no, this is also considered jewelry because it takes so much time, the design is there, it's a unique piece, it's handmade, all that most of us have a problem transferring that to our clients, but I've seen you explain jewelry to people. So I'm like, this is what I need to get at the end of the day to be able to sell. So you're an idol. And then you also noticed the école. So I kind of want to, I'm going to get a little personal. And because I've always thought about this, and I have such an appreciation for you and Stefan. Stefan Blackburn is Noel's partner, and he's the director at the École de Joaillerie in Montreal. And you guys are a power couple, and I think so. And I think Stefan is watching, so be very political with your answers, okay? Because you're going home after this, I think. But yeah, watch out what you say. How is that? Like, because I always think that if my partner was in the same field, we probably would have murdered each other. I'm just going to be very honest. But like, you guys, I feel like you have such a good relationship. He's sending you love. You have such a good relationship, and you have two very different. He's in the education, you're in the gallery scene, but you've managed to meet in the middle and create, like, I think Le Labo could be one of the examples. Like, there's so many good things coming out of the good relationship that you guys have together. So I just wanted to hear a little bit of you and him, and how is it? Is it super exciting to have a partner that's in the same field?
Really, yeah. And we do not have exactly the same vision, but
yes.
The collaboration is always great, because it's. But we're together for 30 years, So
okay.
He's a director now for 8 years. And since he's there, we are doing much more collaboration,
Okay.
And before it's happened sometime, but it was mainly to receive artists. I was invited to give a talk, but now they can give workshops, they can give talks. And so it's helped also the artists to come, because sometimes it's very nice, and Stefan is really open to know which artist is is planning to come.
That's amazing.
So we always try to do something together, and it's very nice.
So good, because I get jealous, and I'm like, I wish, because me and my partner are very different in a way. He's not artistic at all. You've met Philippe. He's not artistic. Yeah. He's a director. Anyway. I hope he's not here right now. I love you. But, I always thought that if we had to be in the same field, because we're always like, no, you shouldn't do this way. You should always do that way. So I was like, if we're in the same field, this probably would not have worked out very well. But I've seen you and Stefan working together, and it's so amazing to see. And I sometimes get jealous. I'm like, this is a definition of power couple in the jewelry industry. So kudos to both of you.
Yeah, but we're not a power couple.
I think you are. In my world, you are.
We have something in common that, Stefan was not interested by jewelry before he started at the school.
Okay.
So even he was looking at what I was doing, and he didn't understand really well what I was doing.
Okay, so you're saying I have hope?
Sorry?
I said, are you saying that I have hope with Philippe? He might be interested.
Yeah. Wait 22 years.
Wait.
No, but it's just the fact that when he went to the school and started to work there, he realized what I was really doing to help also the artists, the community, and Stefan is doing the same with the students. So it's always with them. He has a really good relation with them. He supports when they have doubt about what they are doing and everything. So he's very generous of himself to support them. So it's great. And now we understand what we are doing, what I'm doing now at the gallery. So you do not know my future exhibition. I'm doing them because it's for my gallery. But when I said that, this artist is coming, what? This artist is coming? Okay, I'm going to invite him for the...
That's so nice.
Yes,
see?
It's nice.
It's so nice.
So it's really enthusiastic, and so it's great. It's great for me to have such support as well.
It's amazing. That's why I brought it up, because I know it's and that's what I mean about a power couple. I don't mean that you guys are like, taking over the world, but it's like, it's so nice to have that in a relationship where you go home and you can talk about things that your partner completely understands and is also very excited about. And who knows, hey, you might collaborate with something at the end of the day because you're both so
But
excited.
we have done some collaboration, you know, like when I've done a show for Parcours Bijoux.
Yes, yes.
Yes, in France, but in 2017, he was a co-curator.
Right,
with,
yes.
You know, so it was nice. And we brought together a new generation of Quebec jewelry artists. And so we traveled to Barcelona and then to Parcours Bijoux. So it was great, you know, it was important for me to have such help as well. You know?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm doing a lot by myself. I'm quite independent in a way, you know.
Yes.
I like to go from the step 0 to the step.
Yeah.
But so it's like, you know, to have him now, it's very helpful. And the fact that I'm taking much more part to fairs as well.
Yes.
He's always coming with me. And
see, it's when you have somebody, especially your partner, that understands and knows everything and knows how everything works. Like, because I saw him beside you in New York, and he was like running right next to you, doing everything, and he knew what you wanted, so he wasn't asking too many questions. He was just like, okay, this, okay, that, blah blah blah. Yeah. And I was like, this is the definition for me as a power couple. I'm sorry, it's great.
But at the same time, yeah, you know, the fact that he's coming, he has great he can meet a lot of artists as well. So, you know, sometimes he invited artists just to give a workshop because he met them, and they're not represented by the gallery. But I think it's nice. It's great to.
It's a win-win situation. It's like great for both of you. You go, you can help each other, you meet people.
And it's a great benefit for the community.
Yes.
You know. So, now we're trying to open more, you know, when I have artists, I try to contact Halifax, you know, Nascat, as well as George Brown.
George Brown.
Yeah, so we're planning to do some collaboration as well for the future.
Amazing. Yes. Yeah, for sure. No, that's great. And then you said something that, do you have employees right now for the gallery, or is it just you?
I'm working by my own. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I knew that at some point you had employees, but I guess right now with the whole situation, you just can't. Yeah. A lot of people have to do that. Are you at the gallery right now?
Yes, I am.
Can we see a little bit of the gallery for people who haven't seen it? That would be amazing. I'm also going to turn off the comments, people. If anybody has any questions, please put it in.
So I'm going to show you some of the work on display.
Yes, that would be amazing.
I don't know if you can...
you can switch, you can flip the camera. I think it's, yes, there we go. Oh, yay.
So this is Zachary Lichtenberg.
Okay, yes.
This is some of the last pieces by Paul.
Paul, yes.
I'm wearing one of his brooch.
Oh, amazing.
And this is starting the show with Gesine Ackenberg.
Oh, yes, I've seen her work. Oh, I love these necklaces. You posted one on your Instagram, and I think they're an incredible idea.
So I don't know. I'm not going too fast.
No, you're doing an amazing job.
So this is the last series of work she did in glass.
Wow. These are cool.
They're all brooches.
And where is she from?
She's originally from Germany, but she lives in the Netherlands.
Okay. She lives in the Netherlands, yeah. Oh, wow.
So those are made of porcelain.
Yeah. Oh, porcelain. I was going to ask, oh my God, that would make me so nervous, even walking by it.
Okay. I'm just going to put a light.
Yeah, sure. Take it down.
More lights. Yeah. So this is a place.
Oh, yes. I love this gallery. This is like my candy land. You have a great space.
It's huge.
It is huge.
It's used to clean.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But you also get a great light from the outside.
Yeah, it's great. 2 huge windows
and you're on Saint Laurent, right? For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's if you go to Montreal, if you haven't been to Noël's gallery, and if you like jewelry, then I don't know what to say. You have to go.
You're always welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I always love, whenever I come to Montreal, your gallery is definitely on my list to just come and pop by because it's such a beautiful space and you always have such amazing jewelry there that motivates me a lot. Um, yeah. Okay, what time is it? Thank you. I know that it's Friday and you probably would rather go home as opposed to see my annoying face and
No,
answer
it's
so
okay.
much.
It was a nice moment.
No, it was honestly, I'm very, very happy that you joined us today because it was, so far I've only had, I am getting more people to join us, but I've only had mostly artists and jewelry makers. So having you on the show was a huge, huge, exciting point for me because I want people to see all the different sides of the industry and realize that it's such a big industry and everybody at the end of the day is the same community. And you're such an important part of this community that wanted to make sure that we get your voice on this too.
Thank you.
And yes, I'm very, very happy that you did this. I don't know how to thank you. And then, oh, so your future shows, I just wanted to make sure that so it's Aurélie in September.
Yes, and then Bruce Metcalf.
Oh, you're making Bruce's work. Amazing. When
Yes,
is that?
in October.
October. Okay.
And then in November, it's two shows at once. It's Paysage de l'Intime,
Oh,
created
yeah.
by Marie-Ève and
Marie-Ève
Catherine.
and Catherine, yes, yes.
And Brooke, Brooke Mark Swanson.
Yes, Brooks Mark
You met
Swanson.
her, I think.
Yes,
Yes.
I did. Yeah,
Yes.
I met her
great.
once in I think I can't remember which snag was, but then I reunited with her with you guys in Chicago. She's such an incredible person and does amazing work. I love her work.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's working on a new body of work, and it's very nice. And it works well. It's working very well with Paysage de l'Intime.
Okay.
So
That's good. So are all the artists also coming for these shows, or they're just sending their works?
No, they are. But Paysage de l'Intime, I think it's just the curators who are coming.
Yes. Yeah. We're coming.
But after that, for Brooks, she's
Bruce.
planning to come. Yeah.
Okay.
Bruce
What about?
is coming because he's planning to do a huge paint on my wall. So,
Okay. That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like
I love Bruce.
freedom
And
for such.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have to come there September, October, and November, which is okay. That's fine. I could just do it. I could just claim them as expenses. That's fine. I'll do that. But I have to come. Okay, I am going to. What time is it? Yeah, because I've been keeping you here for 45 minutes, so I feel bad. It's Friday. You should go home and drink wine with Stefan.
He's waiting for me on the.
Yeah, I know he's waiting for you. Yeah. Honestly, though, thank you so much for joining us. I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah. It's a great idea to do such.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes.
I like it. I feel like I'm becoming a really good encyclopedia of Canadian contemporary jewelry. So I'm really enjoying it. And if you also know a lot of people, so I might get in touch with you to introduce some more people that I can get in touch with for this. I'll send you an email. Or if you could think of anybody.
Yeah, but there's so many people that you should contact. Like I know that you should do it with Janice Kerman. She's retiring now.
Oh yes, okay, for sure. I would love to.
You see, I can see the Jan Smith.
Oh yeah, Jan is gonna be Janice.
Really.
I already made Jan. Yeah, I've reached out to all the people that I know because it was easier for me to do it. Obviously, I'm just gonna announce this, but I'm definitely the next round. I want to reach out to people that I don't know and introduce them to.
And you should maybe do it like there's the La Paille Gallery.
Yes.
Event on the 17th.
Oh.
The 17th year of the and I know that there's few, and I think it will be nice to do something with her maybe.
For sure, Lisa.
The work of the yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I already have a list, but I might get in touch with you for maybe putting me in touch with more Quebecois artists because I want to definitely get into the Quebec region a bit more.
Oh, okay. But you have many, Catherine Chili, I can name a few, Gabrielle Desmarais.
Oh yeah, Gabrielle. I'm writing it down. Thank you. Perfect. And then, I have contacted a few people from Quebec, but they didn't answer me back, but I feel like I have to harass them a little bit. But I will do it. I will do it. I will not back out. Thank you, Noel. Go home,
Welcome.
Stefan. Enjoy your wine.
Thank you.
We love you. Keep up
You
your great
too.
work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.